What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Crimson, and today we have a draft analysis for the NPAC, basically a copy of the NPA. So first round, I'm thinking I'm gonna make a Sticky Webs team. So I just go ahead and grab Mega Medicham, Gold. This thing, no switch-ins, resists still take like 70%. Really just a powerhouse. It's got the fake out bullet punch priority. Quite a monster. Base 100 speed, base 100 attack with pure power, so that's not necessarily base 200 attack, but around there anyway. It's hard as hell. Next up we have a Curum Black, because Sticky Web's team doesn't really mind having a Curum Black, Big monster, gets physical and special coverage. Obviously, look at these stats. Yeah, there is no switch into this thing either, especially not under webs. If I get webs up, it's almost a guaranteed win at that point. Next up, I was going to draft a Rapid Spinner because Curum Black, and also my next pick, as you can see, is Volcarona. So I planned out this draft a little. I said, I need a good spinner. So I take a tier 1 Starmie pick. Also gets super solid coverage with base 100 special attack. Gets the analytic in case something switches out. Gets hit super hard. Obviously it gets the best move in the game, Scald. I'm just kidding, it's not super good anymore, but obviously Rapid Spin's nice for the team. Next up I got Volcarona here. Z Mover, because Z Firium Z, Grassium Z, Flyinium Z, Psychium Z, all of those are super good Z moves, plus the ability to Quiver Dance up, boost up my speed in case there's like a Levitator above the webs. This is gonna be like designated win con, like 90% of the matches. This thing's such a monster. Next up we have the Gengar. So this is here, base 110 speed. It's the fastest thing on my team. Well, actually Starmie's the fastest thing on my team, but I'm not usually going to be max speed Starmie. Gengar is here because, it kind of hits hard, but like under under webs it can be spexed. Like there's no switch-ins to this either. And it also pairs up well with the next one I drafted. And as you can see, there's Zoroark. Like it's a good mon that to cover some weaknesses of Zoroark. So if my opponent figures out, oh hey look, it's a Zoroark, I'm just gonna pull the switch into Gengar because it'll take any hit and put a ton of offensive pressure. Also helps me catch up with some of those faster mons in terms of speed. I could be Scarfed, get some solid coverage with Thunderbolt, Sludge Wave, Shadow Ball, Giga Drain even. Dazzling Gleam, gets Destiny Bond, Focus Blast, just some good coverage. So here's the Zoroark pickup, and this mon's super solid. Obviously it gets Nasty Plot and or Swords Dance with U-Turn, Sludge Bomb, Flamethrower, Shadow Ball, Dark Pulse, even though you'd usually run the what's that move called, Night Days, I believe. I believe that's more common on this one. Night Days. Is that what yeah, it's called Night Days. This mon gets solid coverage as well. And also a good late game sweeper if it's disguised. Opponent can't tell what it is. It's good to throw off your opponent a bit. So at this point, I'm starting to realize, hey, look, my team has 0 walls. I don't want to. Well, it's not like a wall can beat this team, but I'd like to have a switch in, because I just don't want to keep getting revenge killed. So that's when I start drafting my wall core. I pick up Miltank. So when I pick up Miltank, I'm thinking, you know what, this mon is a monster. But I was trying to get Registeel. Although it doesn't have reliable recovery, it's, in my opinion, a better wall. I'm glad I got this mon though, because it's like the only thing on my team that gets good recovery, as well as the ability to be super bulky, besides like Volcarona, which is super weak to rocks. So yeah, really good coverage on this thing, but most of the time it's going to be a very standard wall set. Next up, I take Zangoose. So like this is quite kind of early for this Zangoose pick. I guess I could have taken the Grand Bull before, but I saw someone take an Ursaring, and I'm like, oh hell no. Not necessarily that these are the same two Mons, but like Ursaring can kind of do the same thing Zangoose can do. It's a huge hard hitter for a low tier pick. To give you an idea of how hard of a hitter Zangoose is, this is max bulky Slowbro. And this is a Zangoose that's adamant with Toxic Boost, with Facade, and that does damage. Literally only need to be Facade. You can run Priority on this thing like Quick Attack, also put in a little bit of damage. Only thing, in my opinion, that sucks about this mon is the fact that you have to be Toxic Orb and you can't be Flame Orb. Because it whittles you down faster if you're trying to like go for late game sweeps. But if I get a Sword Stance on anything, like by switching, obviously it's just going to destroy them. Ignore that Steam message. This one is just a one-trick pony, but, you know, it's got solid speed stat, especially under webs. So I was trying to draft Galvantula at around, like, 3rd pick, but, unfortunately, that got taken, like, I think it was someone's 1st pick of the draft, and I was not willing to make that my 1st pick of the draft. So I had to settle for a low-budget Sticky Webber. Obviously, that's not yet. Grand Bull is not a Sticky Webber. This mon is here to complete the quote-unquote wall core. These are two very good physical walls, but they can both also sometimes be special walls anyway. The ability to toss on like an AV on Grand Bull or Miltank. Well, not really on Miltank, but the ability to toss on like an AV on Grand Bull. Maybe start whittling stuff down with like Super Fang, or, you know, it's not the worst mon to have on the team. It's really good for switching into like offensive cores, especially like a huge setup sweeper, you know, something like that. Next up, my team needed some kind of like way to gain momentum, so I decided Raichu was good because it was like one of the last things left. So my team lacks momentum. This does not give me momentum in any way except Baton Pass. But there's no need to gain momentum with Medicham. Medicham just comes in and gets a kill. So this is the mon I need to get momentum into. Huron Black doesn't get any momentum. None at all. Starmie also, I believe it gets U-turn. No, it doesn't. It's like you thought. Yeah, this doesn't get any momentum. Volcarona gets the ability to U-turn, but that's very unlikely. Gengar, no momentum. Zoroark also, or this one gets U-turn. This one definitely gets U-turn, yep. So far that's 2 momentum mons, and I guess 3 if you want to count Mega Medicham, but that doesn't really count in my eyes. Miltank does not get momentum. Zangoose, do you get momentum? Nope, you do not get momentum. Grand Bull does not get momentum. So as you can see, my team's very momentum weak at this point. Like, the whole point of like a huge offensive team, hyper offensive team, is to get momentum into your hard hitters like Mega Medicham. So I decided I need some kind of way to get momentum, and even though this can be blocked by ground types, this mon does get the ability to run Surf, although it is by event, so like the moveset has to be like particular and very strict on the moveset. It's a solid mon, base 90s in both attacks and 110 in speed. Can outspeed a lot of big threats. Also gets the ability to run Natural Gift, which is kind of weird, but gets extreme speed, fake out, and quick attack, things like that, but those all can't be on the same spread. Like, it's event based to get fake out or extreme speed or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, it's Raichu. It's a pretty decent electric type. Also gets the ability to nasty plot up. So here's the Sticky Webber. And I know what you're thinking. Is this some kind of sick joke? Like Masquerain? Hello? What is this? Well, I mean, Masquerain is the god. I'm just kidding. But Masquerain intimidates things. and it can set up webs on like some kind of wall. It won't be able to set up on like a huge offensive threat. But here, let's see. Let's look for a huge offensive threat. Something like, let's calc a Diggersby. I'll calc a banded Diggersby too. Choice banded quick attack. Ooh, that still does like 50%. But get webs up on something like that. It gets the ability to run Tailwind as well in case I can't get webs up. Or maybe just this mon wants to sweep, it can click Quiver Dance. Some decent coverage in like Scald, Shadow Ball. It's the ability to paralyze things, U-turn out for more momentum, Roost up if in case it somehow manages to actually live hits. Ability to air slash flinch. Also gets a baton pass, which I don't think is allowed with Quiver Dance. Like I could agility pass, or you know, I don't know. This mon's just like a super decent, like versatile utility mon. Like burn things, paralyze things, get webs up, start setting up and sweeping, get some toxics off, U-turn out into the threats, obviously. And this move right here, young Fellstinger. If I get a kill with Fellstinger Masquerade this season, that's going to be the biggest surprise. Fellstinger, if I get this +3 and then baton pass out, oh my good. This mon is going to wreak havoc. But, yeah, pretty quick draft analysis. My team is definitely the best team I think I've ever drafted, in my opinion. Huge offensive threats, 2 really solid walls, the Zoroark to throw my opponents off. So you never know if it's a Mega Medicham or a Zoroark, or a Kyurem Black or a Zoroark. So like, that's actually super solid. Especially if I get hazards off the field, because that's usually a dead giveaway for Zoroark. I'm excited to see what I can do with Zoroark in particular. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. It's been your boy Crimson. I think I'm about to hop off. See ya.